this question of how we understand the lifespan of our listener is really, really a big deal. So the time was in the past when I'd get, if I'm a preacher, I get him at birth, and I have him till death, and so if I live that long, but I'll have them for decades, and so I can see my ministry as this long-term, lifelong process. If you work in a university setting, your lifespan is 4 years. You get them as freshmen, you graduate them as seniors. Two very, very different understandings. If you have them as a professor, and you have one semester to try to get through something to them. And so for us as preachers, to some degree, are we thinking, I have them for this one sermon, I have them for this one series of sermons, I have them for this one season, and so on. What I'd recommend we do, and I think this is a new approach to the whole planning of preaching and sermons and discipleship. I think we actually need to think a little more like educators with a sense of curriculum. And when I was preaching, I was thinking a little more in I think I basically had people for about 4 years. In terms of migration rates and all the rest, I had them for about 4 years. So I want to try to give anybody a holistic sense of discipleship in a 4-year cycle. And so then I can take that 4 years and I would divide that down into 4 seasons. There's kind of a fall, winter, spring, summer season. And so now I've got about 16 segments where I can do things. And that's the way I would think about this preaching process in terms of content. I want to try to cover the bases in that kind of a period. And then maybe if that works, I'll tweak it for the next 4-year period and try to make it even better. But anyhow, that's one way to think about this educational process of preaching.